If you had found Ethereum killers like Solana, Avalanche, Polkadot early in the last cycle, you could have made life-changing generational wealth. Well, guys, those projects turned early believers into millionaires. But now we're entering into a new phase. The crypto market is evolving. And just like before, just like last time, I believe that we're going to have another narrative. Last time was Ethereum killer. This time is the Solana killer. So which layer one blockchains are poised to be the Solana killer? And how can you position yourself accordingly to be early? Because we are early right now, ladies and gentlemen, into this cycle. That's for sure. And look into the ecosystems within them as well. So you can position yourself to potentially make the same kind of generational gains that people did last cycle in those projects that were Ethereum killers. All right, guys, if you're excited to learn about the Solana killers today, let's dive into it. Let's get into the video. Without further ado, Rupert says, hi, guys. Hi, say hi, Rupert. Hey, guys, what's happening? All right, guys, and as you can see, the Bitcoin chart is struggling here. I mean, we are, it's just a lot of uncertainty in the market right now. And this is still it's within range, but it hasn't broken through the kind of resistance that we are expecting to see here, guys. As you can see, this just keeps coming down and down and down. And it's a bit scary. You even have outflows from the ETFs, but not really, right? If you've been watching all the other videos that we've been making every day in the macro, you'll know that this is a really good time to be buying, in my own opinion, not financial advice, of course. So as Jay over here says, 0x JPEG says Bitcoin typically bottoms 3 to 4 days in October. From the bottom to the end of October, Bitcoin is up 30%, 36% if you include Octobers that have negative return. We tagged 59.8 on October 3rd after a sell-off. If we return 30% on 59.8, we will end the month at 77.7. Just some food for thought there, ladies and gentlemen. Just something to think about. So next, Cryptos R Us says, this will be the first cycle in Bitcoin's history where the supply on exchanges is going down and the demand continues to rise exponentially as more countries and institutions FOMO in a BTC supply shock is inevitable. You can expect the price to reflect this. And next, guys, have you guys seen this? Check this out. I'm not going to play it for you because there's not much to play other than this is a presentation that BlackRock was doing. And you can see here, showing in the chart that in front of the entire audience, showing this yellow line is outpacing, the adoption of crypto is outpacing things like internet and mobile phones. Let that sink in for a little bit, guys. Let that sink in. Okay, so next, as Bob Lucas over here says, sometimes a script looks too perfect. It's hard to believe. Bitcoin closes second year of 4-year cycle next month, entering the third and historically explosive year of the cycle. An 8-month base has been built, sentiment reset, and rates are easing. I mean, the script is perfect. And as you can see here on the chart, it does look like the cycles historically before. And you can see bam, up, bam, up, bam, up. So I know it seems, if you guys have been watching this channel for a long time, you know that we've been waiting for this for a long time. I remember like 6 months ago thinking, wow, these ETFs started trading and we're still going sideways. After we hit all-time highs, it's just been crazy. So if you're still here, guys, if you're still here, pat yourself on the back. It's not easy to do. But I believe that we're very, very close to the banana zone. So Crypto Amsterdam says, Bitcoin is still below resistance. So even though I'm a big high time frame bull, you must stay open to the possibility of more downside as we're seeing today. Meanwhile, I'm fully focused on accumulating altcoins and getting the best entries. Most underestimate how crazy things will get. When it breaks out, he shows a chart of the total 3, essentially all altcoin market cap breaking out of this downward resistance zone because we have Bitcoin dominance right now at the moment. So altcoins compared to Bitcoin are going down, but when this breaks out, we have altcoin season and your bags will pump extremely hardcore. Now, as you can see, this shouldn't surprise anybody here. Ever since last year, Solana has been outperforming ETH dramatically, but we're not here today to talk about Solana. I'm not saying that we should be out of Solana. I love Solana. I think it's a very bullish ecosystem to be in, but we're here to look at where we can make maybe bigger gains in this cycle. And that's what today's video is all about. So Mario goes over here and says, Solana rules 2024 token launches. So Solana is crushing it, grabbing a 87% of all tokens across tracked chains. They launched 96,010 tokens just in late September. making them the hottest blockchain right now. The meme coin hype is real. The pump fund making it super easy to create hundreds of thousands of tokens a month since mid-year. Anatoly, Solana's co-founder, says, while meme coins are still the main vibe, proving value is key. Amen. Thank God he said that. It's wild that less than 1.5% of these tokens actually hit a market cap of over 60,000. Imagine how much money was lost to these scammers on these pump fund kind of things. It's been crazy. And one of the strongest shifts of 2024 is Alt1 resurgence. So this chart over here shows Sui, Aptos, and Solana. Daily active addresses are up 984% since January 2024. And we've been talking about Sui quite a bit. And if you guys look back here, this is a really important chart. Top 100 market cap, 2017 bull run, this one. See, December 22nd, 2017. What do you guys notice for all the top projects here? Well, they're all layer ones, essentially, right? If you notice, all of them are layer ones. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin, Monero, Bitcoin Cash, Dash, IOTA, Neo, Cardano, EOS, Quantum, Stellar, Ethereum Classic, Zcash, Lisk, Verge, Siacoin, Dogecoin, Waves, Status, Golem. Like literally, they're all layer ones. Okay, now let's go back and look at 2021. This is November 18th, 2021. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, Solana, Cardano, XRP, Polkadot, Dogecoin, Avalanche, Terra, Litecoin, Chainlink, Algorand, Chainlink's not layer one, but interoperability protocol, Bitcoin Cash, Polygon, VeChain, Ronin, kind of, Stellar, Cosmos, Tron, ICP, FTX, not really, Theta, Elrond, like you get the idea here, guys. Like Hedera, Phantom, Near, it's all layer ones. EOS, Clayton, IOTA, Flow. These are all layer ones. Tezos, Quant, Thorchain, etc., etc., etc. As we go down the list. So, moral of the story is: do you think this bull run will be any different? Probably not, right? And as if we look at layer one performance over the past month. You can see the best was Sui, followed by Phantom at 41%, Say, and Near, Aptos, Say, Phantom, and Sui. What do they all have in common? Well, they're all kind of Solana killers, right? And Sui, we've talked about a lot. If you guys haven't seen my video on it, go check it out. I don't need to cover it too much here. I will link it in the description below, and I'll put a tile at the end of the video so you can watch it. It's a really great video on the Sui ecosystem. Definitely should go watch that. But you can see sentiment for Sui, price follows. That's what the narrative is all about. It's about narrative and price driving attention. So price drives attention. Sleeping on Sui is like sleeping on Sol in 2021. Sui is going to dominate the entire bull run. And you can see in the past, just in 27% of Solana's outflows shifted to Sui network in the past month. I've showed you guys these in previous videos as well. Now, it's not fair to just look at that one metric alone because there is actually value going from Solana or from Sui back to Solana. But in the last video on Sui, I did show you that more volume or more liquidity was going to Sui as a whole there. Phantom as well. If you look at the long time frame, we've been talking about Phantom for a while. Again, this is going to come down to when the Sonic mainnet comes out, which will come out quite soon. You know, we've talked about this before. 10,000 TPS, layer 2 bridge, 90% of gas spent goes back to apps. That's very important. Sub-second finality, chain level incentives, all the best ETH tooling integrations, MetaMask integration, et cetera, 5 new DeFi primitives, Sonic Foundation. Guys, like we really need, when you use your Rabby wallet or your MetaMask, it's like such a horrible user experience on ETH, isn't it? So we really need some good EVM stuff. And so I think that's what Sonic and Say are really interesting, right? So Sui and Aptos, their move, right? They're not going to work with your, I do believe though, I did hear Phantom Wallet is going to move to Sui, but your MetaMask and Rabby, they're not going to work over there on Sui and Aptos. But you need something nice and a good user experience. It feels cheap and fast, like Phantom, like Say, for example. And I think I'm going to, I've talked about Phantom quite a bit. I am pretty confident that this is going to have a really big run here. And if we look over here at the FDV, it's almost fully diluted at 2 billion, right? And we compare that to other L1s, it's pretty small. It's like 40 times less than Solana. So for it to get to what Solana's market cap is right now, 84 billion, is a 40x. And that's where Solana is now pre-banana zone, right? To me, that feels quite reasonable. Okay, one of the things is this gas M, how gas goes back to developers, right? And just to show you how interesting it is, if these apps had launched on Phantom, for example, Aave would have earned $87 million, Compound $30 million, Circle $305 million, Tether almost $1 billion, Uniswap $2.5 billion, so on and so forth. How about meme coins? Shiba would have earned 88 million, Pepe Coin almost 6 million, Floki 1.6 million. That's crazy. Those gas fees going back to people who are bringing traffic over there is a really big, interesting incentive. Now, you heard me talk about Say a couple times. So let's talk about it. And at a market cap of 1.4, the circulating market cap is lower than Phantom. It's also a newer contender on the street where Phantom's been around for a while, big rebrand, big new technology. Say is a newcomer, and it's pretty good that you have like 25% of the supply circulating, a little bit more than that, which is nice to see. It's still not a lot, but in a bull run on a big layer one like this, unlocks don't really affect it. That's one thing I will say for sure. It's got good trading volume. And again, this thing has it's like a 50x or something to go up to Solana's valuation. And you can see all the data over here. I love Dune as a dashboard. I think all projects should have dashboards. It doesn't have to be Dune necessarily, but data, right? Like to see data. And you can see that, generally the momentum is up and to the right. Not all charts look amazing. Like transaction counts haven't really grown tremendously over here yet. So I'm not saying, and TVL has increased, but then it decreased a little bit, but generally the chart is very bullish, and generally this price chart looks also really bullish here too. This is like really the classical kind of like go up on hype goes, attention goes everywhere else, blah, 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 and then it comes back again and breaks out from here, right? And then ends up like up here somewhere, right? Like up here. Oh, you guys can't see because the screen right here. Bam. Really bullish chart for Say. Let me know in the comments below, guys, if you guys would like me to follow up with this video, another video where I can talk about the ecosystems as well. But what makes Say so special? Well, it's EVM, right? And it's lightning fast block times, 380 milliseconds. So it feels like that. Instant block finality, 12,500 transactions per second. Parallelized EVM, which is a big keyword there. And smart contracts capability with COSM WASM. And they are doing the Say V2, which is going to be the EVM. And that is going to be really, really important, in my opinion, probably the most important, because to me, the Cosmos ecosystem just doesn't feel super exciting right now. People haven't talked about it forever. And then Sui and Say, you can see here, that's how about we play a little catch up. So you can see exactly how these charts look side by side. This is the Sui chart, and bam, exactly. I just told you what this chart did, right? It looks like this, excitement, gets boring, and then bam, bam, bam. Same thing over here happening with Say. Almost identical, right? Almost identical, guys. And Aptos, of course, Aptos is up and coming. It is the kind of sibling of Sui. Both of them were born out of Diem from Libra or from Zuck, right? I've told you guys about this before. $1 billion of R&D, built the Move technology. Then you had two projects born out of that, mostly Aptos and Sui. And I believe that they're very closely related, very closely close narratives. And so I think that Aptos is likely to catch up, right? And if you look at the non-EVM TVL, Aptos is here number 4. And it is lagging behind Sui, but not by a lot, right? Not by a lot. It's growing at a pretty steady rate as well. And so in my opinion, Aptos is probably the next to pop. And then we'll look at the other ones, maybe Say, and then Phantom after that. And of course, last but not least, Aptos says that spice is flowing on Aptos, USDT with Tether, Hong Kong stables, Franklin Templeton, FTUS, and Aptos DeFi ecosystem overtakes Bitcoin mainnet to reach 14th highest TVL. And that is Aptos. So Aptos and Sui, guys, two amazing teams. That's going to wrap it up today. Let me know, again, in the comments below if you want me to talk about the ecosystems on these. I'm definitely going to make some videos going into them. Best altcoins in the ecosystem, best meme coins in the ecosystem, etc., etc. All right, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.